Hi, everybody. So in this video for chapter 8, we are going to talk about how we're going to differentiate the different types of vertebrae. Now, remember that we have cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and then finally sacral and coccygeal vertebrae. Now, cervical vertebrae, we have 7 of these. So cervical, remember, is that neck region. So these are the 7 vertebrae of the neck. Now, these vertebrae are going to be very important because these are, of course, going to support the weight of the head and neck. However, because we are only dealing with the weight of the head and neck, these are going to be fairly small. They're also going to be fairly light. Okay, so small and light. These are the smallest. These are the lightest ones. Okay. Now we also have this kind of roundish, more maybe even somewhat triangular shaped vertebral foramen. Now we also have 2 transverse foramen, or the transverse foramina. The transverse foramen here, the presence of them is actually going to be what determines if we are cervical or not. Okay, that's going to be the easiest one to see. So notice that we have 1, 2, 3 total holes. Okay, so if you look at a vertebrae, you pick up a vertebrae and it has 1, 2, 3 holes in it, that means it's automatically going to be a cervical vertebrae. Now these are going to be important in our cervical vertebrae because these are going to be the passageways for vertebral arteries and veins. Okay. So this makes them incredibly important for the health of the vertebrae, and honestly for your health as well. Now we have 2 special cervical vertebrae that you will actually need to know the names of. These are Atlas and Axis. So Atlas was the titan that was cursed by the gods to hold the weight of the world on his shoulders. So if you've ever seen the picture of the cover and Atlas Shrugged, he's holding the globe, right? So Atlas then is going to hold the weight of your world on his shoulders. So it's going to be the one that actually supports the weight of the head. Okay, so this is the Atlas. It has articulation sites for the occipital condyles. So these are basically going to be these little concave discs that are going to support those occipital condyles at the base of the occipital bone. Now, the interaction between the skull and these occipital condyles is what's actually going to allow you to nod your head. Now, we also have a little facet right here that we are going to articulate with our axis, which is vertebrae number 2. So axis is going to be the axis around which you turn your head. So in that little dent in Atlas, it's going to wrap around this structure called the dens. So the dens here is going to be this kind of tooth-like appendage on the top of the vertebrae. And that's what's going to allow us to turn our head. Now it's going to move along these surfaces. So the superior articular facets. So a superior articular facet, remember, is basically the surface that our vertebrae are going to use to interact with one another from top to bottom. Okay. But notice that we still have 3 holes with these. So these are both still cervical vertebrae. So we still have our transverse foramen here. Okay. So we still have those passageways. So 1, 2, 3 holes. So it's still a cervical vertebrae, but this one in particular is the axis. So this is C2. So this image is kind of showing you how that axis of rotation is going to occur. So nodding is from the interaction of our skull with Atlas. Turning our head is going to be from the rotation of the Atlas onto the axis. The actual head itself does not move in relation to the bones. Now, our next set of vertebrae are the thoracic vertebrae. Now we have 12 of these, and they're going to change a little bit as we go down. The top ones are going to look more cervical-like. The bottom ones are going to look more lumbar-like. But in general, we're going to have a long, inferiorly pointing spinous process. We have a round vertebral foramen. We've got short superior articular facets, so we're getting a little bit of flexibility here. And we also have these large transverse processes that are also slanted somewhat posteriorly. Okay. Now, that is what it's going to tell you, or at least what the book is going to tell you that we're looking for. Also, we have one other major feature, and that's going to be our costal facets. So costal meaning rib. Okay, so we have costal facets right here. So we have 12 pairs of ribs. We have 12 thoracic vertebrae. Convenient? I'd say so. Okay, if a rib or if a vertebrae articulates with a rib, it is going to be by definition a thoracic vertebrae. So it's going to have this costal facet that's only going to be found on our thoracic vertebrae. Now, all of those features are going to be the things that your book is going to tell you that are going to distinguish thoracic vertebrae from lumbar vertebrae. I think these look like giraffes. Long pointy schnoz, check. Adorable ears poking out to the side, check. Super cute little tiny horns on top, also check. Okay, so your giraffe is going to be your thoracic vertebrae. Now, lumbar vertebrae, these are big, okay? They're big and heavy. Why are they big and heavy? Because they're supporting lots and lots of weight. As we move down, we're going to be supporting additional weight in the body. Now, because these are so large, they're going to have a lot of mass to them. Notice that our spinal or vertebral foramen here is now kind of short and triangular in shape. We have big, heavy spinous processes that now point straight out. We also have really large and heavy superior and inferior articular facets. So these are going to let us kind of move our lower back a little bit, okay? We don't have transverse foramina, so we don't have 3 holes, nor do we have costal facets, okay? So we don't have costal facets. That means we are not thoracic vertebrae. Another way of looking at this is to say these are big lumbering moose, okay? If it looks like a moose, it's a lumbar vertebrae. If it looks like a giraffe, it's a thoracic vertebrae. If it has 1, 2, 3 holes, it is a cervical vertebrae. So if you have any questions about distinguishing vertebrae from one another or anything else at all on the course, please just let me know. All right, thanks.